faces. We at Sequoia Festa. Let's just go around and introduce ourselves, even though if I know both of you. Your name and where you're from.
Elders first.
Oh my gosh, do you guys want me to do it in our language? Because I don't have my cheat sheet.
No, you don't have to.
Okay, and I should not act silly because that's what I tend to do. I'm Tracy Boser from Stillaguamish.
Perfect.
Sam Tidzadat. Saabschud. My name is Sam. I am Samish.
Awesome.
But I'm one of the rare Samishes that's interested in learning Lushootseed too.
That is a rarity.
Oh, look at that.
Right. So today we're you guys are aware of my books, and if you send me an email, I can email this out to you so you can print it for yourself. Just make sure to send me your email, and I can send you a copy of this. Or if you want, I can print it out and send it to you by mail if you want to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
And to make it easier, I went and graded this part out. Right. This is optional to say. You'll find in Lushootseed there's a whole bunch of options to say or not to say. In this case, let's not say it. Just grade out. Right. To make it short, more simpler, so it's not so hard. Chod quads oh.
Chod quads oh. Oh.
So a little explanation here. Chod is where, right? And then qui, and anything that you say in these brackets, you don't say. But qui is the state of not knowing. Right? That's qui. Odd is your. Compounded word, your. The S equals a nominalizer. Okay, I spelled that completely wrong. And it won't correct it. That's fine. So I'm just put nom or nols for normalizer, right? So what this does in this state, because let's just get this out of it because that part's confusing. To make this word an actual word instead of being state of not knowing you are, right? The nominalizer, when you take this stuff off, it joins the odd to odds, and then it also makes the I silent in this instance. So now this turns into one word. Okay, that's I guess where the quotations are. So this is one word. So this gesture is more of along like, huh? What you? You know, this is just the whole. I'm not knowing what you're doing, right? And that's what this turns into be. So you can have this be a different thing where, who, and what, right? Those are the standard three. So this is where options come into play. Perspective of the user comes into play. Oh is go, right? So.
Okay.
Your mom standing at the door, girl's getting out of the door. Where are you going? Chod Quadzo, right?
Quadzo.
You don't have to say all T Sachel or all T Sluch. Where you going tonight? It could just be Chad Quazo. Just short and simple. Where are you going? Hey, I'm gonna get into this a little later. So it's there because there are two different things you can put there. Or wall. Well, it's there for a reason. I can't remember it right now. It's later on in this presentation. So apparently, in my eyes, school is everybody is in uniform and there's a clock tower. Apparently, that's my school in my head because that's what it is. So this is go, right? This one is me or I. Go I. Twal is towards or to. T. Now this is optional, right? So there are a few different T's. In Lushootseed, there's T, and that's Northern Lushootseed. So NL, definitely NL on this part. You can use T in NL and SL, so I'm going to put that on here too. And I'm trying not to make it too complicated, but it's going to get really complicated. What I've been told is that T Adia is definitely a sock variant, but it really means this very particular item. So you can say T pen or Tia pen for the northern dialect, but sock really liked T Adia, this very particular pen. Not this pen, Tiadia, right? This is perspective on the user or the storyteller to put this where what they want to do.
That's really cool. I haven't heard that before, but I like it a lot.
Right? But this has more than one meaning. This could be N or this or that or it. Okay, so this has a lot of meaning. But for the sake of sakes, I'm going to use T. So this was, I'm going to, it's pretty much just this turn sentences. Halalt. Halalt. So, again, this is where an elder of mine came to me and says, wait a second, you can't use halalt for school. Halalt is a place of work where you work and mark things, such as like the post office or the Kinko's, FedEx, Office Depot, that kind of stuff, where you actually work on marking things with on paper. And then this elder's name is Mary Jack, and she said, if you're gonna say you're gonna go to school, just go ahead and say school. So just say chud twalti school. Right? So you take the linguistical side of this thing, and English does not do this justice, right? So the S sound is S, right? CH is ch, right? So it's stool, stool in the English side, not school. See, Lushootseed has it right. See, S is
Cool.
cool, yeah, school. So this is how you spell school, right? SKUL is how you spell school, not SCHOOL. Okay, I'm just joking around. Bod joke, bod joke. Bad joke, sorry. So bod, right?
Yeah, I get it. I thought it was a good joke.
Dad joke, huh? No, dad, no. Fine. Chud, Twalty, and this place has a pretty close place to my heart here. Is Buck Ub. Buck Ub.
Buck.
Yeah, Buck Ub.
Buckle.
Buck. Buck.
That's referring to this place right here.
Yep.
Sock Prairie. Underneath Sobali Alley, right? Buck Ub. And I think right now I'm over here. I think. Right over here. Might be over here.
James,
Yeah.
can I have you pronounce that again? Are you saying Bakwab? Because I say Bakwab, but you're saying Bakwab.
Buck Ub. The schwa or e is
Yeah.
Buck Ub. Buck Ub. And then this one is really referring to this part down here. Down here. I guess the mill's kind of included in on this. But this is Holtzalcade. Holtzalcade. Chud 12T Holtzalcade. This is Darrington. Oh, you guys know where this is.
No, I don't. I'm just kidding.
Chud 12T. And actually, we're going to use the Darrington lingo in this one. Shakabots. So Shakabots does not mean this particular place. It just means it starts down this way and it kind of goes up to Bellingham all the way down to Seattle and just anywhere down there. The Darrington lingo, and we're just incorporating Darrington lingo into this is down below, right? That's what really this means. We're going down below. Now Shakabots is my grandma Kate Brown or Captain Joseph word to go down below. Mary Jack said Kleep Abats. Kleep Abats. And that was Mary Jack's use for down below. This is a very Darrington lingo wordage here. If you guys want, can you guys send me the word for Arlington and I can put it on here? So
Yes, we refer to Arlington as Stakayo. James, I can't see the rest of that screen. Can you go down to what Mary's spelling, Mary's word? Okay, I was just keeping a note of that.
la ha ba.
Interesting that I was speaking, and I'm being recorded, so I have to remember that. But earlier this morning, I was speaking of Sauk Prairie and of
Right.
seems good that we're using her words or practicing her words.
All right. So another word for incorporating into things, just because we're going to incorporate words now. If you guys don't know what's the major thing here is Slurpees. There's a word here that we made back in 2014-ish.
What did you say?
Slurpees.
Slurpees. There is now an Indian word for Slurpees.
That seems.
Oh, chud, twalty, flute, alt.
Oh my goodness.
The Slurpee house, or the Slurp house. If you look up in the dictionary on the Lushootseed side, flute, right? Or yeah, spoon or ladle, you'll come up with slurp, and that's flute, and then that's actually just slurp. So we actually I asked what could we say for Slurpee, because I go there every day. I need a word for Slurpee, and then he was all like flute. There's the word. It's flute. So which was awesome. Yeah, it's flute alt. And yes, I do drive to Arlington just to get a Slurpee every now and then. It is a thing.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even think anybody really ever went to that 7-Eleven anymore. I know different.
There's that one and the new one.
Oh, there's a new one out by the prairie, by the
Well, I think it's down by where Safeway is in Arlington.
Yeah.
I go to that one.
I can say I've never been there. I'll try.
So this is where my explanation comes into place. On la. So I said ooh, but there's la here. So la indicates habitually going to a place. You're just going to continue going to that place no matter what. This is definitely one of those places that you kind of go on a regular basis for the bathroom. So I just needed something to say that we're going to go to something all the time. And this is definitely a place where everybody wants to go there all the time for whatever their needs is here. So la oh chud twalty. So this one, if I remember correctly, it's habitually doing it, right? You're going to continue doing it no matter what. And this is the following words for that. So in northern and southern Lushootseed, Guadil alt is universally used for bathroom, right? The northern dialect, I can't really say for certain. It could be Tlilip, it could be Swinomish, or it could even be Upper Skagit for all I'm aware. But I've always used Guadil. But one of these other tribes outside of Sauk, and I don't know if you guys used it, was Sauk alt, which is the bad house. Sauk means bad. So
Oh my goodness.
You hear somebody go Sauk, that's bad. You know, you really mean stop doing it. You're doing bad. Don't do it. the bad house. But my grandma Kate, from KB, Catherine Brown, she says alal. But the definition for alal is an outhouse, right? What everywhere else would use this word as for an outhouse. So like those blue watered places, that would be alal instead of the Guadil alt or even the Sa alt.
I've heard that the is like referring to the sound you make when you're on the potty.
Well, uts is the actual action on there, but you can get into that later. Depends on how much you want to get into that. But I can go there if you want to go there.
Gives us a good laugh.
So the next word is a fairly new word. It's for any of the places. Kmart, Walmart. Well, I guess Kmart's no longer exists. I got to remember that. I said that 8 times in a row now. Walmart, Fred Meyer's, Costco. You know, places go buy stuff. Dick's Sporting Goods, Cabela's. You know, store. So, tread, twal, t, hoyu, Hoyubolt.
Hoyubolt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Any kind of store. Now this one takes a different approach. Chud, Twalti, Kata seed alt. So this is primarily used for kerosene, but it's also used for gasoline and oil. Not any oil, the like engine oil, that kind of stuff. Kata seed is the word that they used for oil, for gasoline, and that kind of stuff. The stuff that you burn. Now, there's a different word for consumption oil. That oil is swas. Yeah, I think it's swas, right? Swas is vegetable oil, canola oil, fat, lard, that stuff was swas. Okay, I'll get the correct spelling here later. Yeah, but swas is for that, the oil you can consume, not the oil you can't consume.
So is that one a traditional word?
Swas? Yes.
Cool.
It's the sound that it makes when it's hitting the pan. Swas. Lushootseed is very mimicative language, so it will mimic the sound that it makes, or it'll mimic its actions. So the next one is what the picture shows. It's kitchen. Chud, twal, tea, cook suit, ollie. Cook suit, ollie. Now, it can be theorized, and I'll have to get scholars to figure this part out. But the U's are either 2 U's or 2 O's, right? Ooh, oh, right? Ooh, oh. And the I's are either 2 E's or 2 A's. Now, I'm gonna say back into traditional standpoints. When you introduced yourself, you'd say "E cho di tia yes e should see siab," and culturally, it wasn't silent. They didn't just sit there and listen to them. They would have had responses back to that person to show that one, they're paying attention, and two, show that you agree with their actions or what they're talking about. And for the introductions part, when you say "A and every time you do it, you go each direction. But every time you say it, the men would say "A," and the females would say "O," right? And in this regard, to think and look at this, we see the masculine where they would say "A," and then you'll see the feminine "O." In because they can't figure out which one's northern and southern, I don't think this is broken out to be northern and southern. I think this is broken out to masculine and feminine. The masculine would say A versus the feminine would say E or O, oo, right? And the masculine would say oo and the feminine would say O. Again, theory. I'm not entirely certain on that part, but because on the cultural aspects of E or A and O, to put that in context with the words, I think it is masculine and feminine. Theory.
James, just so I understand your theory. So as a female, I would say, can you go back to where you were?
2 O's.
Cut, Ollie?
Yeah, E. You would be E. I would be A. So in this case, it would be co, so, all E, co, so, all E, instead of cook, suit, all A. But in theory, there is nothing proven for this. This is just the first time I'm thinking of it. But it does stand for some kind of reason why the males had to say A and the females had to say O, right? There was something there that why they had to do that, why they had to separate the response back. There are other responses for truths, for something that you believe and know is true, is A. And then another one, A siab, yes, honorable person. And if we go back to pre-contact, A C so it's Asium, right? That sounds very, very close to our relatives to the north in the Salish Strait dialects, right, Sam? Because
Yeah, that's correct. We still say CM.
but this is where we changed. We changed the M to a B, and it's now said Siam instead of Siam. I'm spelling that wrong. But you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And ASIUM was pre-contact. So pre-contact, we didn't have the B's and B's. After contact, in like the late 1800s, we started adding B's and D's in the Lushootseed dialect. And this is where Salish straight language and Lushootseed kind of separated a little bit and got a different different dialect for sure at this point in time.
Because that has confused me, and Sam knows this because I hear up north where they say ASEAN, but here I've always heard ASEAN, so I was confused as to why the difference.
Yeah, they're saying the same thing.
Yeah, I understood. I just went.
One and the like I said, the only difference between there and there is that they're using pre-contact information versus us using after contact. So sock buch, right? Pre-contact is sock much.
Yeah.
If you look at how we marked it off on the Point Elliott Treaty, it says saku mehu. Well, you try to spell out much, you'll come out with mehu.
Yeah.
It is the same thing. Sock buch and sock much are the same. Saku mehu and sock buch are just the same words, just not pre-contact and after contact. Because we took out the M and switched it with B. Which the M isn't just a M, it's more of a nasal M. So if your nose is vibrating, you're not saying the M right. And it's weird. I tried it a couple of times. It was like, I can't pronounce how Wood said it pre-contact.
I'm trying to get my nose to vibrate now.
Yeah. So another form that we just decided to take over, Oochcha Twalti Kelkbead. Also, my favorite Autobot, by the way. Kelkbead is actually a canoe, and it's by mode of transportation. So remember when I said the Lushootseed's very mimicative? Well, a Kelkbead or a canoe transports people downriver. So for the same transportation idea and philosophy, a horse carriage, a car, an airplane, it's all Kelkbead, right? Mode of transportation, car, canoe, Kelkbead. And here's what my desk looks like all the time. Seriously, it's very, very messy. Oochcha Twalti Siayus Adi. But the root word Siayus also could be meaning this part right here, this work right here. Siayus. It could be arts and crafts. It could be painting. It could be carving. It could be working with cedar. Siayus is just the word for working. Yeah. Oochcha Twalti Uthidalt. Uthidalt is a newer use word. This is a buffet. We don't have buffets right now in this world due to COVID, but we'll use it for restaurants. You could also use it for the fast food places. But yeah, McDonald's, Denny's, Cedars Cafe, it's all us adult.
Us adult.
I know I can probably change this to la, right? We're gonna habitually go here for this thing right here. La Oochcha Twalti Kupi Alt.
La Oochcha Kufi Alt.
La Oochcha Twalti Kupi Alt. Hey.
I think I missed like half of that. Kupi alt.
Yeah. So this one has a northern and southern dialectal differences on here. Oo, cha, twal, ti, lahaidu adi, and chawatil adi. Now, this is grayed out, as you can see. Right. It's grayed out because I'm not entirely certain if that's how you spell it or not. So chawat adi or chawatil adi. I hear chawatil adi, and this is how come I have it grayed out, because I'm not entirely certain it is chawatil. I think it could be just chawat adi. I'm trying to get somebody to look over this part and correct that part for me if they can, because this is how I got it beforehand. But the northern dialect is chawat adi or chawatil adi. And here's Sam right here. He doesn't give me what he's cooking.
What are you cooking, Sam?
It's braised chicken, kale, and black beans.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that'd
that
be
sounds
sitting right there
healthy.
if I don't get a bite, man. Sam, I gotta have a bite. Oh,
If we were in person class, I would totally share. But the baby's got to eat, so Dada's got to cook.
I'm just picking on you, Sam.
Yeah.
All right, and then this is where I said, if you want, I can email this out and you can print it out and we can do notes on it next time, and then you'll have space for notes. It'll also come with the verbiage list on what we discussed, and we can always add more lines if we need to add more lines, but it's just everything we went over today. And then here's the actual sentence structure breakout word by word on what they actually mean. Chod is where, qui is unknown, odd is your, s is a normalizer, oh is going, altia sachel on this day, oh. So remember when I said I was gonna explain la or o, right? O is central information. So if I ever give you a written test, and I'm gonna say, really, my action's gonna be right here. This information coming up, write it down, right? I'll make some kind of noise. Well, that's what it's doing in the language. Oh, right? That vital information coming up, pertinent information that we just asked about. Pertinent information is coming up, right? That's what O means. Pertinent information coming up.
What's a normalizer? What does that mean?
So a nominalizer,
Thank you.
it turns an action word to a noun. So it turns run, right? You can go running. And then if you hand somebody something to go take it out somewhere and they're going to run, they become the runner. Right? Turns an action word to a noun. You're nouning it.
Thank you.
All right. Any questions on Chod Quadzo? No questions, concerns, comments? Maybe we
Would
should
the
spend
appropriate answers be way?
Hey. Let's go with the list, I guess, and say Chod Quadzo, Alti, Chod Quadzo. Let's just keep it short for right now. We'll add Altiat Sochel later. And then just pick something, whether if you want to use them all or not. I'll go with Tracy first. Chad Quadzo.
Chad Quadzo.
And this is where
Chad
you
Quadzo. CIS Adi.
Chad. Response.
Chad Fa'alti. Wait. Chad. Go back down. I'm trying to read your notes. Chad Fa'alti. Al-Shadal. Al-Shadal.
Asad. Alt.
Asad?
Yeah.
Athlete. Alt. Athlete.
Oh, I have Asad Alt on here. It should be just Asad Alt.
Al-Shadal.
Yeah, Asad Alt.
So it would be
Talking about
So it would be I went to the restaurant.
Yes.
Ashad Aldi.
And then Tracy, you can go ahead and pick somebody on the list and ask
Oh
them.
boy. Okay. So let's see.
Let me gray this part out. We don't have to. Let's not do this one.
What?
This part. I'm just graying this part out so we don't say that. So after you just pick something above Hoyabalt, Karasidal, and just fill in blank. And then, like I said, this part right here, just Chad Quads to ask the question. And then someone say Chad Qual T, and then pick something, pick from the list.
Okay, so if I was asking Sam the question, it would be Chad's quads, Alti,
Chad Quads,
Chad quads,
yeah.
Chad quads, I see. Okay, I'm looking at my notes. Chad quads,
Chad Twalti Ilvaid Alti Slachael.
Oh, sure, fine. Go ahead and be very, very specific, Sam.
That's why he's my favorite. I'm just kidding. I always like to give him a bad time to say that. That's why he's my favorite.
All right, Sam, couldn't have somebody on the Chad Quads.
Renee, Chad Quads.
Is she hiding?
I was trying to. I came into the class late.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go again.
Chad Quads.
I got nothing. I don't. What is the assignment here? What am I supposed to be saying, James?
You'd be saying the bottom two lines, which is
The chud quality.
yeah, that one.
Mhm.
You'd be saying that line without
Yeah.
unless you went to school.
Well, I do teach for 2 colleges, or I am working for 2 colleges, so that does count.
Okay.
How do you say car?
Kelk bead.
Kelkbead.
Mm-hmm.
Chud 12T car.
That works too. You're new.
That's
I
so
will allow it. See, car is this one.
That's great.
And then you got to ask the question. The question is
Oh,
chocolate.
okay. So how do you say the third part, the end of it, where you're asking how do you pronounce that? James?
So oh,
Oh.
oh. So the S as the normalizer actually adds into this, and
Okay.
this all comes into one word. Quads,
Okay. Quads.
chod, quads. Oh, really? It's just these. It's just these.
Woo. Ah.
Yeah, hold on.
I'll look away. Won't be as baffling.
All right. So really, just this. Chod, quads. Oh, it's not so.
Chod, quads. Oh. Oh, that's back to what are you wearing? What are you doing? Where are you going?
Yeah. Where are you going?
Dressed
Chod,
like that.
where is go?
Okay.
Where go?
Okay, James. Chod, quads. Oh.
Oh, chad, quad, t, cook, sudale, oh, chad, t, p, all, yachty, godilla, yachty, kelpmead, yachty, ciu, sadi, yachty, kelpmead, adisha, boy of chad.
You did that on purpose.
You pick on the teachers, man. You definitely does say stuff.
Absolutely. Good job.
And it's been almost a whole hour. Are you guys sure you guys want to go over questions one more time? Well, I see somebody back there. I know he's there, Carrie. Chad quads. Oh,
He is behind me,
Yes.
hopefully awake.
Oh, Chad, Salty,
Awesome.
Colby.
hey. Die hot. You're don't be bashful and afraid of language use. Okay. You're actually doing a really good job. We were a very mimicative language. You can't really say ka wrong, right? You're just mimicking crow. Ka,
Ah,
ka.
ah.
It's very mimicking. You can't say Lushootseed wrong. There's no wrong word in Lushootseed. There might be some sot words, or you can't repeat in front of kids, but there's no wrong words. Just like squus. I mean, yeah, you put butter on a hot pan, it goes squus. You're just mimicking. You can't go wrong with a copy in copying. All right. Good job, Carrie.
Tweets it.
Oh, you gotta ask the question to somebody.
Oh. Sam. Chad, Quads, oh.
Chad, quads. Oh. Oh, chad, quality, hoyod, what was it? Okuksu alt,
Hey.
Okuksu dolly.
Die hard.
Should I go again?
Sure.
Oh, chad.
Hey.
Okay. Tracy. Stab quads. Oh.
Oh, Chad, Alti, Biayasadi.
Hey, die hard.
Renee, don't hide from
Gosh,
me.
look at the time, Tracy. I'm so sorry you don't have time to ask me a question.
Chad quads. Oh,
Oh, Chud 12 T. Well, pickle. Can you scroll up so I can look at my options? School.
Hey, that hot.
Yay! And that's so true. Thanks, Tracy. That was funny.
Hey, James,
Hey.
or whoever, can you pronounce, just so I can hear it, school, not in the way Mary would say it, but in the Northern Lushootseed way? Can you scroll back up?
So, Renee, look away from here. So school, hall, alt.
Hall, hall, alt,
Yeah, hall, alt.
hall, alt, hall, alt.
So the X wedge really kind of vocalized right here.
Yeah. But I don't think, I feel like I'm not hearing you do that though. That's why I think it's throwing me off.
Yeah,
It's the whole Zoom thing.
I do shorthand, and that's my bad. I will definitely try to enunciate a little better. Hall alt.
I'm going to honor Mary Jack and say school.
That's nice. Hall, alt.
So the X silent or is it?
No, it's the,
So central information. Oh, cha twelve t hall alt.
Chad quality. Hello.
Habitually. Continuous action. Oh, cha twelve t guadil alt.
alt, chud, walty,
Guadil alt.
quadil, quadil, alt.
Quadil alt.
Quadil, alt.
Guadil alt.
Quadil alt.
I'm gonna try to use both the northern and southern dialect at the same time. So if you get confused when I enunciate in the southern language, because I do that sometimes. I do. One of my first teachers was a southern speaker, and I kind of lean more towards southern Lushootseed rather than Lahaidu Fadi. I actually really had this southern accent in there, and Lahaidu Fadi, and I would say Lahaidu Fadi rather than Chawat Adi or Chawatil Adi. Because my southern teacher taught me Lahaidu Fadi.
What the potty?
Lahaidu Adi.
And trust me, I was this kid here personally. You know, that was just my actions.
Oh, I know several boys like that.
I swear to God, my teacher became more and more bald as he was teaching me. Yeah, I still got hair, you know, but he was kind of towards the end of it. James. I don't know. All right, with that, I'll say hoy. I'm just gonna stop recording. By the way.
Are you done
Wait.
recording